Hello, OES stars. It's so good to welcome you to Miss Wallace's Art Studio. Today, we are going to draw Baby Yoda using this worksheet. You know, this year's theme at OES is Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And our theme is about how we believe that there is good in the world and that we can be the good. We want to be the good in the neighborhood. And where is our neighborhood? Is it the street we live on or the people in our neighborhood? Well, it could be, but for us at OES, it's about everyone in our classrooms and in our hallway and in our school. That includes our friends and people in our class. It also includes our teachers and Miss Wright and Miss Treadway. So we want to treat everyone just as we would in our neighborhood. When we're done with our sheet, we're going to talk a little bit about this question here at the bottom of the page. It talks about our theme here at OES about being a good neighbor. And we want to know what you think about how is Baby Yoda a good neighbor on the show? How does he treat the other creatures? So let's get started on our drawing, and we'll talk about that question later. All right, now I want you to decide what you're going to use to draw your Baby Yoda. I'm going to use a marker, but you could use a pencil or a crayon, anything you'd like. And let's get started. Okay, I have my paper here. And what I want us to do is to start off with his head. Now his head has a little half moon shape. Half moon shape. And on either side, we're going to do the sides of his face, or where his cheeks are. We're going to come down, down. So those are where his cheeks go. And then on our worksheet, the next thing we're going to do is add the ears. And the ears are so much fun because they're big and wide. And so let's start our ears just above where this little crack is here in the lines. I want to go out and up just a little bit, make a point, and then come back down. Up, make a little bit of a point, and then back down. Okay, there's Baby Yoda's ears. Now we're going to add some details. First thing we're going to do is put the bottom of his face. So let's just put a little semicircle there. And let's add the details on his ears that gives him the inside and the outside of the ears. And basically how to do that is we start right in the point and then we curve down. Start right in the point and then we curve down. So that gives you the outside of the ear and the inside of the ear. Now it's your turn. All right, next step is let's add a little bit of peachy fuzz hair. A little bit of peachy fuzz hair. Oh, isn't that the cutest thing? All right, now we're ready to start putting his face on. So we're going to start with the eyes. His eyes are really big. So let's make big circles for his eyes. Then the next part, we're going to draw the inside of the eye. The inside. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave highlights in his eyes that are like anime highlights. And anime highlights are 2 circles, one up and one down, one up and one down, and then just fill in the rest of the eye. So that highlight is all that's showing in the black part. Oh, aren't those the cutest little anime eyes? They're so cute. Now the next thing I want to do is start adding the rest of his face. So let's make a little button nose. And let's make a little cute smile. Oh, isn't that the cutest little Yoda man? Okay, the next thing I want is to put some eyebrows on. So let's put eyebrows on his head. So cute. That adds details to his face. Now it's your turn. Next, we're going to start putting his outfit on. So we're going to start with his collar. And the collar is kind of big and wide. And big and wide. And it kind of has this little fold here where that comes together. Where his little jacket's kind of folded right there. Then we're going to add his body. Now his body is a little bit smaller than this big old collar. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in just a little bit, come down, and give it a little edge. Come in a little bit, down, and a little edge. And then we're going to kind of give that a little bit of a rough bottom. The reason we're making a rough bottom on it is, you know, he drags his little coat in the dirt all the time when he's walking. So that doesn't have to be perfect and straight or anything. All right, now we have to put on his arms. So his arms, they come out of where the collar connects on both sides. Okay? Then we're going to add his sleeves. Now, you know, his sleeves are big and chunky. They're too big for him, obviously. And so you make his sleeves big and chunky. And then instead of drawing detailed little hands, what we're going to do is just make little half circles. There's a hand. There's a hand. Oh, isn't that the cutest? All right, there's our baby Yoda. Now we want to start adding just a little bit more details to his outfit to kind of give it some fun. So on our worksheet, of course, we have this cute little heart on his outfit. Now I know it's not like that on the show, but you know it's cute on this picture here. And then we're going to put some crinkles in his outfit. And the crinkles kind of give it that, you know, he's dragging it in the ground as he walks. There he goes. Oh, so cute. There's our baby Yoda. Now he's all ready to color. Now it's your turn. Now Baby Yoda is all done and colored. Isn't it fun to color something that you drew instead of like something that somebody else drew? When you get something done and you're really proud of the way it looks and then you're like, oh, let's add color, and that makes it so much more special. Mr. Rogers always talks about being a good neighbor, and that's something that's important to every age, not just little kids, but all of us, big kids too. The part of the theme that does affect us, the older kids, and us adults, is that we need to believe that there is good in the world and that we should be the good in the world. So what about Baby Yoda? when he travels around to different planets and he meets all these different species, what is he thinking about these people that he meets, or these creatures that he meets? Are they his neighbors? Well, yeah, kind of. Because instead of thinking about a neighbor as being someone of where they live, actually think about your neighbor as being other people that you can be kind to and loving and care about, and that you can help. That's what Baby Yoda does. He uses the powers that he has to help others. Grief Karga was one of the people on the show that the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda didn't really know if he was a friend or an enemy, but it didn't matter. When he was hurt and Baby Yoda had the power to help him, he helped him anyway, whether he was a good guy or a bad guy. He just helped him because he needed help. And that's the thing that we can learn from this theme this year, is that we want to be a good neighbor to others. And if that means helping someone that we wouldn't normally be friends or help, then that's what we should be doing, is to be the good in the neighborhood and help others. So that's what we can learn from this theme this year, that it's not about our neighbor being just someone who lives close to us or someone who sits next to me in the classroom. But it's, how am I going to treat that person that I come across? Am I going to be friendly? Am I going to be helpful? That's being a good neighbor. And that's what we want to do this year. So I hope you enjoyed drawing Baby Yoda this week. I hope that you'll come back and see our next project. I hope that you enjoyed doing this project with me today. If you did, hit the like button on this video and be sure to subscribe for future content to Teacher Wallace on YouTube. Let's be the good in the neighborhood. So, who is our neighbor? Are they people who live on our street, or down the road, across the street, or right next door? Sure, those are our neighbors, but are those the neighbors that we really affect every day? Maybe. But what about the neighbors in our classroom? You know, that person that sits next to you at your desk or table. That person that might need a little extra help, like you're really super good at math and they're struggling, and you go, you know, I think I can help them out. Jump in there and help them with what they need. Helping other people is what being a good neighbor is all about. Being helpful and kind and being loving. We want to love each other no matter what we look like. Like, for instance, our little friend, Baby Yoda. So our question talks about, on the show, Baby Yoda goes from planet to planet to planet, and he encounters all these different creatures. But how does he act? Are they neighbors to him? Well, sure they are. You want to know why? Because he doesn't see them as somebody from another planet or a different species. He sees someone that needs his help. Baby Yoda can help whoever he wants to help. He's got powers, and he helps them, no matter who they are. Even Grief Karga, which turns out to be one of the guys that we're not sure if he's a friend or a foe on the show. But if he is a friend, even if he's not, little Baby Yoda helps to heal his wounds and makes him feel better. And when he gets healed, then Grief Karga is now Baby Yoda's bestest friend, isn't he? He says, do the hand thing. Do the hand thing.